Hi. So excited and glad that you could join me. My name is Elizabeth Irungu. You can call me Liz. Now, if you watch me on Instagram, then you will clearly notice that this is not my usual background. But like I've mentioned on Instagram, I have two places in Austria, in a big city and in a small alpine town. Right now, I'm in the big city. This background used to be more common in my older videos. I used to have a YouTube channel which I since deleted, and this is a brand new YouTube channel which I intend on taking seriously. When I say I used to have one, that's like 3 years ago. This video, I'm making it in 2024, and it became quite popular, I would say. But then at some point, I don't know, I got married, life changed. I don't know, I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. But now I'm back on YouTube, and thank you so much for clicking play. And since then, I've gotten a job in a wellness center, and that's in the Alpine region, in the Alps of Austria. You know that the Alps stretch all the way to Switzerland, Italy. I'm in the Alps right here in Austria, and so we acquired a second place, and most of my videos these days are in that second place, which you can see on my Instagram, Elizabeth_Irungu_sweetie. Sweetie is my childhood nickname. So welcome to this video. I'm now recording from my main residence in the big city. When I say we have, I mean my husband and I. We have two different places. He's mostly based here because his work is nearer to this house. Like he works in the big city, and I think you can tell from the colors, like this is more of a guy's place. The colors are very neutral, and the place that is more of my place is very colorful. There's a lot of gold there, and yeah, but both are places that are near large water bodies. Here in the city, there's a big lake, and in the Alps, I am surrounded by rivers and like nice streams. So you're welcome to also watching the videos on my Instagram. Now on this video, honey, I'm about to get real silly real quick. Wait, let me just sip my coffee. What do you do when you are not fly? You're not a cute chick. You're not pretty. You might be a beautiful person here in your heart, but physically, you are far from beautiful. What do you do when this is your doppelganger and this person looks better than you? What do you do? How do you get a man of means, a guy doing well for himself, someone to like upgrade, yeah, but you don't look the part? Like, they wouldn't even look at you. They would think you're homeless just because of, I'm sorry, but the world is a very unfair place. Anyways, if you look a certain way, how do you still get a zaddy? Okay, how do you get a zaddy? Especially because at that point where you're trying to move from point A to point B, you're trying to upgrade yourself, you can't really afford plastic surgery, right? You're still stuck looking like you do. You can put on all the makeup in the world, but I mean, let's keep it 100 here. So how do you still get a zaddy? My first tip would be like, go to a neighborhood where there's like a lot of wealthy people, and go to the nearest hospital, outpatient, like a nice facility, or like a place where they help people who are handicapped in some way but who have a lot of money, and grab the first blind guy that you see roll up in a Lamborghini, Porsche, Ferrari, but he's like blind. He has, someone has to help him, but he's a millionaire. And just use your natural talents from that point on. How you talk, seduction, how you are, your charm, your charisma, use that. I don't know where to look because I just record from my phone. I don't have professional YouTube equipment or Instagram equipment. I normally just place my phone in front of me and I press play. Not much editing, nothing. But maybe, like I said, I want to take this seriously, content creation, so I will invest in equipment. So go out there and grab the first rich blind man, seduce him, talk to him, and try and find one that doesn't have like a bunch of people around him, like a bunch of assistants or a bunch, like a huge family, because they'll be like, that woman is really ugly. Like, do not talk to... Find one who probably just has one daughter who lives in like North Carolina and visits him once in 3 years, but like he's got the ka-ching-ching. Nobody will notice that you're ugly when he gives you your first 500,000 euro, because you will dress right, you will have the right type of wig. Girl, he is going to upgrade you and he can't see you anyways. So I would advocate for rich blind men, because everybody deserves happiness. The blind guy and you, the ugly chick. So my second tip would be to seduce a guy who, if he coughs twice, by the third time he's dead. Like, he just needs to cough 3 times and it's adios amigo. That one. He is either really old or very sickly and needs a little sugar before he kicks the bucket. You're very ugly, he will not mind. Do not make the mistake of thinking that just because a guy is fat, he's going to go for an ugly chick. Rich fat people overcompensate by having a Victoria's Secret model in their arm. Like, they will always have the best girl in the room, because all their lives they were overweight and people made fun of them. Nobody touched them, not even with a 100-meter pole, and they were always, the fat guy. So now that they have money, they're getting the Barbie doll. He's not Ken, he is no Ken, maybe Ken after 30 burgers, but I mean, he is no Ken, so he's going to get his Barbie and like overdo it. Like, he will have like a really hot, sexy Jamaican, Brazilian, Russian woman just to like overcompensate for the fact that he's never been good looking. So don't make that mistake of thinking that because you're ugly, rich fat guys want you. What rich fat guy have you ever seen with an ugly woman? They go for the best lady in the room. So that would work. And then my third tip, which I would personally not really advocate for, like, if I had been born ugly, the third one, I would never go for it. I would go for the first two, blind or old, but the third one, it's like, no, it's like, But if you want to, I mean, listen, if you're down on that paper and you're desperate and you don't care for any moral judgment, because I mean, a lot of us just don't, we didn't like upgrade. I'm not saying I am where I want to be, I have reached, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. I, did the work. There's a lot of work to be done. You need to improve yourself for your whole life to improve. So if you're like, you really want it and you're really down on your luck, then go for this third one. But I personally wouldn't go for it. It's going for the degenerate, that guy who people spend 3 minutes with him and they run for the hills, because they're not even sure if this guy's basement is empty. Because I mean, how many bodies are down there? Like, people just talk to this person and they're like, okay, psycho, woo, they run. Okay, go for the degenerate who nobody will touch, because degenerates just don't care if you're ugly, as long as you're sick like them, perverted, degenerated, and they will take you. So if you're like really ugly and really desperate, go for the degenerate, but be very careful. Get your money, girl, and run like everybody else. The minute that 200K hits your account, be like, oh, my grandmother in Canada just died, I have to go. Run. Make sure, because degenerates are also obsessive. Make sure he cannot, because there is nothing more dangerous than a rich stalker. They will find you. So make sure you have a very good watertight exit plan. when you take this third option. Desperate times call for desperate measures, so this third option is only for like when you're very, 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 very desperate. But I would advocate for the blind guy, rich blind guy, and the old, really elderly guy who wears pampers, who wears that, and by the third cough, it's a wrap. That guy, that's safer than the third suggestion, which is the degenerate. I mean, ugly people deserve to ball too. Do not discriminate on them. Thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe. I will try and be, more consistent, and do follow me on Instagram, where I have more videos and pictures. I love to travel, and I have shared all sorts of pictures and all sorts of videos from all over the world: Europe, the Middle East, the African continent. You do not want to miss that. Thank you for watching.